I'm Bruce Flax, President of the Greater Mystic Chamber of Commerce, here with another presentation of Community Conversations. I'm with Amy and Kathy, who own We Lift Heavy. Welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So
Welcome
you guys,
to our space.
Thank you very much. It's a great space, really inviting. You guys were here for your ribbon cutting month and a half, maybe?
Yep.
Yeah. Let's go. How are things going?
Things are going great. Yeah. We've got a good membership, very enthusiastic group of people. They're lifting weights, they're doing yoga. We're thinking about starting Tai Chi. Kathy can talk a little bit about some of the other developments.
Some specialty workshops with other teachers in the area. We had just last Sunday one called Sunday Stillness, and it was a restorative workshop, so it was a little longer. I took part in it, and I couldn't believe how fast 2 hours went.
And did you feel worked out afterwards?
No, this was a much more, for the restorative, you do more gentle poses and you hold them longer. And it's meant to really just bring you into a better mind-body balance, which I definitely think it did. We had a number of other people participate, and they were just over the moon about it.
That's great. So you guys opened a month and a half ago. Can you kind of talk a little bit of how you got here?
Yeah, sure. So I've been a personal trainer for a year, working at different facilities in the area. And I noticed there was a real need, I think, for older women, a safe space, kind of a different energy. We play our own music here. We work out with each other. So it's both a workout and a social kind of engagement. And so we built this space so people can come here both as a workout, a fitness facility, and a community place.
That's really nice. And like, when you were conceiving of this place, like figuring out what it was going to be like, has it, from where you've landed today to what you thought, has the dream stayed the same, or has it changed at all? Or like where you ended up, is it different than what you thought?
I'll let Kathy, for her part, say, but I think for me it's even better. I think the space that we found was perfect. Initially we were envisioning maybe 1,500 square feet or 2,000 square feet. This is 4,000 square feet, so we have ample room to really expand. We were able to get a lot of the equipment and machinery and weights that we really wanted, so we're able to do a complete free weight workout here, as well as we have a number of machines, and the space is great, the energy's great here, and I think it's better than I envisioned, to be honest with you.
And a lot of people don't understand, why are you doing the weightlifting and yoga? And actually, most of our members are doing both. And the reason for that is they like the high energy of all the weightlifting, and then they enjoy the calming effect of doing some other experiences of meditation and yoga poses. And the fact that we can carve out a separate studio space is just amazing. People walk in and they're like, whoa, this is really a nice space.
Yeah, and I think the third thing is also the social engagement. So you'll notice on it, we have a bulletin board where people post things. We've got a lot of people very active in the garden clubs. We've got people who are doing tulips and different things like that, connecting. We also have once a month a guest speaker, and we either Zoom them in or have an individual come. We have a potluck beforehand, so people are, engaged. So we're trying to kind of, bring in a third element of the social engagement that people really need.
I like to describe us as the Cheers of fitness studios, where you come in and everybody knows your name.
So I love that. It seems like you're building a community.
We are.
Right?
We are.
mean, that's really...
We have no interest in having 100 people here. This is not the kind of gym that people are going to come and go. They'll come in for classes. They'll come in for connection. We're just looking for a smaller, intimate. That's why we call it a boutique fitness studio.
But I think that like having like the workout and the yoga and all that stuff is it's equally as important as the community that you're building. That like you're not just coming here to, I go to the Y every morning, I do my 45 minutes and I leave. That's not what this is.
No.
Right?
Very specifically not. And as I said at the beginning, that I did work as a personal trainer in those kinds of environments. And I really did notice there were a lot of people that just didn't feel like they fit in. They didn't like that environment. I could just tell they were uptight, they weren't enjoying it as much. And I thought if we had a space that we had all the right equipment that they have in those facilities, but we had it as our own space with our own music and our own environment, it would be so much much more comfortable for people. And I've seen it happen. I've seen people go from being really reluctant to maybe even using 5-pound weights to being over there literally bench pressing the 45-pound bar. That's a big improvement. And that's just because the space made them feel like they could push themselves and expand and really, you know, lift heavy, as we say.
Well, I think it's going to resonate with people like who are watching this who don't think that way. You don't think about coming out. You know, I think a lot of people are in my compartment where they're like, oh, I'm going to go work out and I'm going to go about my day. No, you're going to come in, you're going to engage with a community that cares and that has, you know, the same likes as you and is able to like not only work out, but have a social with it as well.
Exactly. I mean, people come here and they hang out.
Yeah.
I don't mean that we're open from 8 in the morning till 8 at night. It's just that when they come to do their program, they sit around for a while. We have puzzles over on the table.
Yeah.
And it's a really enjoyable experience. And we've had people say to us, you know, I didn't feel like I could keep up a routine, but coming to this space, the openness, the friendliness, the sense of being in a community has really kept them coming back again and again.
Well, I'll give you guys a lot of credit. I don't know how many of these kinds of places exist at the time, but it sounds like you're onto something that, you know, in this day and age, you know, and just where we are in 2026 and what people need, I think a lot of people could use that sense of community and openness and friendliness and just like, you know, neighbor and cheers, you know, like kindness, right?
Yeah,
you know?
Kindness, it's true.
So kudos, like congratulations on that. That's like a really great, and to have that idea and to be able to actually follow through and continue to build. Like it seems like you're clearly not stopping. You're like, oh, we made it, but now we're going to add this because we know that that's what the people want.
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
And we send out informational emails and ask people to give us some suggestions about like, how's the schedule working for you? Are there anything classes-wise that you're missing? You know, what can we do to improve? And right now, because we're small enough, you know, we can really build something that fits people's needs. We've had a lot of the people here who have come, a number of them are older women. They've come with certain problems of aging.
We all have,
bone density declining, and they've already, one of the women said she's already gone back to the doctor and found, you know, improvement. Blood pressure is decreased. It's incredible in like just 6 weeks or so.
How, so in your journey to get here, have you guys any advice that or things that you've learned that have really resonated or?
We've learned a lot, and I would say we're still learning a lot. One of the things we haven't really touched on is our development of social media. So Kathy's done the website, she's gotten into Instagram, I've been writing Substack articles, and we've been using that to, again, kind of generate enthusiasm amongst our community, and I think we've seen some, and Kathy's been also writing Substacks, and you know, we've seen some connection through that. So we're trying to do it on multiple levels, I suppose.
I wonder also if like you can also fall back on the community that you created to help you with some of that stuff. Like maybe there's people who are in here who may have social media or have marketing and and it's continuing to build that community up.
Exactly, and we've had a couple of people who've offered their expertise. And in addition to that, it's a learning curve about what's in the background of running a business. So for example, the software that we use for scheduling and so forth. We had a lot of learning to do with regards to that. You need to do a lot of research on the company that you want to use, depending upon what your needs are as a business. I'd say also one of the learning opportunities this presented, or learning challenges, was, you think you're going to open in X number of weeks. Double or triple that. You know? And the same could be said for your budget. You anticipate spending X dollars, probably add another 50%.
So leave room.
Leave room, so that you don't get shocked. And, you know, anticipate what your monthly expenses are going to be, and again, you know, add another 25% on top of that. Electrical bill, for example. You know, you're just not, you don't know until you get into a space. And this is a big space. So we really never expected, as Amy said, to occupy something as big as this, but we are going to grow into it.
And are you guys, is it first-time business owners?
Yes.
So that's a huge learning curve, right? Because I don't think people, I say this all the time, people don't realize how hard it is and challenging it is to open a business and be a small business owner. You know, the challenges, even what you're talking about, you know, figuring out what your budget is, seeing where the costs come in, anticipating the electrical costs, or you know, how much space you have and how much space you need, or you know, you continue to learn, right? It's just
Yeah.
Negotiating the rental agreement.
Yeah.
Things like this, you know, which you consult your friends who are in business and ask for their advice. I would definitely say find other people in your area that you can rely on for advice about what to do.
Yeah. So with you guys, so you've talked about you have weightlifting, you have classes, right? There's a social
personal training.
social component, personal training,
And yoga.
What do you guys think is are they equally as important, or do you think that something rises above another?
Everybody comes in with an interest. Let me give you an example. We had a number of people who joined and said, oh, I don't ever want to do any yoga. I don't think I can get up off the ground. And now they're coming regularly.
Yeah.
And I think it's a question of overcoming what your obstacles might be, whatever they are. If it's weightlifting, you know, Amy can tell you about the successes she's had with that. But we really feel like they're both critical because they feed different parts of your mental and physical health.
Yeah.
And that, I think, is something that we're doing that's unique in the community.
And those are equally as important, mental and physical.
Yeah,
you know,
exactly.
right?
But also going back to your question prior to that about what did we learn? And I think one of the things too that also trust your instincts on what market you're serving. I think we felt very strongly who we thought we'd connect with, people like us, basically.
Yeah.
As we talked about, people that are aging, trying to stay fit, trying to stay active, maybe overcoming some kind of illness. And we knew we trusted ourselves to know that market, and that's the niche I think that we filled. And I think we made some design decisions, for instance, colors. That we really stuck to our guns on.
Yeah.
That and I think it worked out that we knew that this was what we really wanted. So sometimes we had to negotiate hard to get the things we wanted, but we felt committed to it.
Yeah.
And I think that was important.
And I also think another way of saying that is resist what other people tell you you
Yeah.
should be doing.
Yes, there's a lot of that.
I'm going to leave on that. I think that so the advice is that to think for yourself. You're welcome to other input, but stick to your guns if you feel strongly about it.
Yeah,
right.
Trust your instincts. You're starting this for a reason. You know who your market is, or you wouldn't already be there trying to start that business. Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Well, I want to thank you both for a really interesting conversation.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And I'm Bruce Flax, the president of the chamber, and we're another edition of Community Conversations. Thanks very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.